The divorce papers hit the polished floor like a death sentence. Olivia Chen stood frozen, watching them scatter across the marble, her hands shaking so hard she had to grip the edge of the console table. 8 years. 8 years of trying to be perfect. 8 years of fertility clinics and negative pregnancy tests, and watching hope drain away like water through her fingers. 8 years of enduring the whispers, the pitying looks, the constant reminder that she was failing at the one thing that mattered to this family. And now this. Hyunwoo's mother stood in the entrance of their Seoul penthouse, her silk hanbok immaculate, her expression colder than winter in Gangwon. "You have 90 minutes to collect your personal belongings. My staff will supervise to ensure nothing of value leaves this house." Olivia's voice came out as a whisper. "Where am I supposed to go?" "That is hardly my concern." The older woman's tone could have frozen fire. "You should have considered your future before trapping my son in a childless marriage for nearly a decade. You are not Korean. You will never understand our ways. And you cannot even fulfill the most basic duty of a wife." Each word landed like a physical blow. Olivia had spent 8 years learning perfect Korean, mastering the intricate rules of respect and hierarchy, attending every family gathering with a smile plastered on her face while they discussed her barren womb like she wasn't even in the room. She'd abandoned her architecture career in New York, left behind her friends, her culture, her entire identity. She'd endured the stares on the street, the double takes, the constant awareness that her dark skin marked her as different, as other, as not enough. And Hyunwoo, her husband, the man who'd promised to love her through everything. He stood by the window overlooking Gangnam, his back rigid, his silence screaming louder than any words. "Say something," Olivia's voice cracked. "Please." He finally turned. His face was empty, carved from stone. "What do you want me to say? My mother is right. 8 years, Olivia. 8 years and nothing. I need an heir. My family needs continuity. You can't give me that, so what's the point?" Something inside Olivia's chest shattered. She'd loved him. God, she'd loved him so completely that she'd erased herself trying to become what he needed. And he was discarding her like she'd never mattered at all. "Fine." Her voice steadied, went cold. "I'll leave. But the BMW is mine. I bought it before we married with my own money." "You'll take nothing." Hyunwoo's mother stepped forward. "Every possession you have came from this family's generosity. You'll leave with whatever fits in one suitcase and be grateful we're not reporting you to immigration." Olivia looked at Hyunwoo one final time. He wouldn't meet her eyes. She turned and walked up the stairs to the bedroom where she'd cried herself to sleep more nights than she could count. The room where her marriage had died slowly, painfully, until nothing remained but ashes and regret. She packed quickly. One suitcase, her passport, her phone, a few clothes, the turquoise necklace her grandmother had given her. Everything else could burn. When she came back downstairs, 2 security guards were waiting. "They'll escort you to ensure you don't steal anything," Hyunwoo's mother announced. Olivia laughed. It was a hollow, broken sound. "Don't worry, there's nothing here I want anymore." The guards followed her to the gate. Rain was falling, cold and relentless, the kind of Seoul autumn rain that soaked through everything. She stood on the sidewalk watching the gates close behind her, 8 years of her life locked away forever. Welcome to Afrokorean Drama TV, besties. Please like, share, and subscribe. Olivia walked. She didn't know where she was going, just away. The rain mixed with her tears, washing away the woman she'd been, Mrs. Park Hyun-woo, the dutiful wife, the failure. That woman was dead now. The streets of Gangnam blurred past her. Designer boutiques, luxury cars, women in expensive coats who didn't have to prove their worth every single day. She kept walking until her feet ached, until the rain had soaked through to her skin, until she found herself in Itaewon, where at least she wouldn't stand out so obviously, where her blackness wouldn't draw constant stares. She collapsed on a bench near the subway entrance. Her phone buzzed. 37 missed calls from Hyunwoo's family lawyer. Probably making sure she understood the prenup she'd naively signed meant she got absolutely nothing. Not one won. Not even compensation for the years she'd sacrificed. She'd been so stupid. Believing in love. Believing in forever. And now she was sitting on a bench in the rain with nowhere to go and no one to call. Her visa was tied to her marriage. Without Hyunwoo, she had 30 days to leave Korea or face deportation. The rain kept falling. Olivia closed her eyes and wondered if heartbreak could actually kill you. Then a car pulled up. A black Genesis G90 with windows tinted so dark she couldn't see inside. The kind of car that whispered danger and power in equal measure. The back door opened. "Olivia." A voice said her name like a command, like smoke and whiskey and something darker. She looked up. The man in the back seat was Korean, early 30s, wearing a black suit that looked like it cost more than her monthly allowance had been. His face was all sharp angles and dangerous beauty. Strong jaw, intense eyes, the kind of face that belonged in fashion magazines or crime dramas. She'd never seen him before in her life. "How do you know my name?" "Get in the car." It wasn't a request. Olivia's survival instincts screamed at her. "I don't know you." "I know you." His voice was absolutely calm. "I know you were married to Park Hyun-woo. I know his family just threw you out in the rain. I know you have nowhere to go. I know everything about you, Olivia Chen. And right now, I'm offering you a choice. You can sit in the rain until immigration finds you. Or you can get in this car and let me give you what they took." What they took from me? Everything. His smile was sharp as broken glass. Power, revenge, a reason to wake up tomorrow, and a way to make them regret every moment they treated you like you were disposable. Olivia should have run, should have screamed, should have done anything except what she did. She stood up, walked to the car, and got in. The door closed with a soft click that sounded like fate sealing itself. The man extended his hand. "Seo Ji-hoon, not related to your ex-husband, though I know his family well enough to hate them." Olivia took his hand. His grip was warm, steady, deliberate. "Who are you?" "The owner of half the real estate in Gangnam. The man your ex-husband's family owes 4 billion won. And as of 15 minutes ago, the man who decided you're far too valuable to waste on a deportation flight." His thumb brushed across her knuckles. "I'm also the man who's going to marry you." Olivia jerked her hand back. "Excuse me?" "You heard me correctly?" The car started moving smoothly through the rain-slicked streets. "I need a wife for business purposes. You need a visa and revenge. We can help each other." "This is insane." "This is practical." He settled back against the leather seat. "I'll provide everything. Apartment, money, visa, protection. In exchange, you play the role of my wife in public, attend events, look stunning, make your ex-husband and his family realize exactly what they threw away. And privately, we maintain separate lives. You do what you want, I do what I want. No expectations, no pressure. Just mutually beneficial arrangement." Olivia stared at him. He was completely serious. "You're asking me to enter a fake marriage. I'm offering you a weapon." His eyes held hers. "Your ex-husband threw you away because you couldn't give him an heir. I'm offering you the chance to show him that you were never the problem. That you were always more than enough. That his family made the biggest mistake of their lives when they underestimated you. And all you have to do is pretend to be my wife." "All I have to do is be myself." He smiled. Strong, beautiful, and completely untouchable. Everything they tried to destroy. The car pulled up to a building in Gangnam. Not just any building. One of those glass and steel towers that seemed to touch the clouds. The kind of place Olivia had only glimpsed from the outside. Seo Ji-hoon's penthouse occupied the entire top floor. Floor-to-ceiling windows showcasing the Seoul skyline. Furniture that looked like modern art. A kitchen that belonged in architectural magazines. "This is where you'll live." He walked to the windows. "The master suite is through there. I maintain a separate residence on the floor below. We'll maintain appearances in public. In private, you have complete freedom." Olivia's head was spinning. Why me? Why not any other woman in Seoul? "Because you have something they don't." He turned to face her. "Fire. You just lost everything and you're still standing, still fighting. I watched you walk through the rain for 3 hours. You didn't collapse. You didn't give up. You just kept moving forward." His voice dropped. "That's the kind of strength I need beside me, not some society princess who'll crumble under pressure. You, Olivia Chen, are a survivor." She looked out at the city. Seoul spread below like a kingdom she'd once dreamed of belonging to. A kingdom that had rejected her, spit her out, told her she wasn't enough. "What do you really want from me?" "The truth." "The truth?" Seo Ji-hoon moved closer. His presence was overwhelming, magnetic. "I want to destroy the Park family. Your ex-husband's father embezzled from my company. He owes me 4 billion won and refuses to pay. Says I have no proof, no leverage. But a scandal could ruin them. And what could be more scandalous than his rejected daughter-in-law marrying his biggest rival?" Olivia's heart was pounding. "You want to use me for revenge. I want to give you revenge. There's a difference." He was close enough now that she could smell his cologne, something expensive and dark. "You have every right to hate them. Every right to want them to suffer. I'm just offering you the tools to make it happen. And if I say no, then I'll have my driver take you wherever you want to go and wish you luck." His eyes were utterly serious. "I don't force anyone into anything, Olivia. This is your choice, your life, your future. I'm just offering you an alternative to destruction." She should say no, should walk away, should go back to New York and rebuild her life far away from this place that had broken her. But the thought of Hyunwoo seeing her like this, thriving, married to someone more powerful than his entire family, the thought of his mother's face when she realized Olivia hadn't disappeared, hadn't been erased, the thought of revenge was intoxicating. "I'll do it." The words came out before she could stop them. Seo Ji-hoon smiled. It was beautiful and terrible. "Good. We'll get married tomorrow. Civil ceremony. Quiet. Then in 2 weeks, we'll attend the business gala where all of Seoul's elite gather, including your ex-husband's family. We'll make sure they know exactly what they lost." Olivia felt like she was standing at the edge of a cliff. One step forward and everything would change. There would be no going back. "Tomorrow," she repeated that fast. "I don't waste time when I know what I want." His hand reached out, tucked a strand of her wet hair behind her ear. The touch was gentle, unexpected. "And right now, I want you standing beside me. Not because you're broken, not because you need saving, but because you're the only woman in Seoul strong enough to survive what's coming." That night, Olivia stood in the master suite of the penthouse, staring at her reflection in the enormous mirror. The room was bigger than the entire apartment she'd lived in during grad school. The bed looked like something from a palace. The closet was empty, waiting to be filled. She was still wearing her rain-soaked clothes, still processing the fact that she'd agreed to marry a complete stranger, a dangerous stranger, a man who looked at her like she was a weapon he intended to wield. Her phone buzzed. Hyunwoo finally calling, finally caring enough to check if she was alive. She almost didn't answer. Then she thought about what Seo Ji-hoon had said, about fire, about strength, about not letting them break her. She answered. "Olivia!" Hyunwoo's voice was strained. "Where are you? My mother is concerned." Liar. His mother didn't care if Olivia lived or died. "Are you okay? Do you need money?" I can send you money for a hotel until you figure things out. Olivia laughed. It was sharp, brittle. I figured things out. I don't need your money. Good. That's good. He sounded relieved. So, you're leaving Korea then? Going back to New York? No. The word was steel. I'm staying. I'm getting married, actually. Tomorrow. Silence. Long, shocked silence. What? You heard me. I'm getting married to someone who actually wants me. Someone who sees my value. Someone who would never throw me away like I'm garbage. Olivia, you can't just... I can. I am. She felt something fierce rising in her chest. Enjoy your life, Hyunwoo. I hope your next wife gives you everything you want. Then she hung up. Let him choke on that. Let his mother panic. Let them wonder who'd want her, who'd marry her so quickly. Tomorrow they'd start to understand. Tomorrow everything would change. She walked to the windows. Seoul glittered below, a city of lights and shadows and dangerous possibilities. Somewhere in this city, Seo Ji-hoon was planning their revenge, and Olivia was letting him. God help her, she was letting him. The morning came too quickly. Olivia woke to find clothes laid out on the bed. An elegant dress in deep burgundy, shoes that fit perfectly, jewellery that looked real and probably was. There was a note in precise handwriting. Wear this. Car leaves at noon? Seo Ji-hoon. She showered in the massive bathroom, let the hot water wash away the last remnants of yesterday. When she looked in the mirror, she barely recognized herself. 8 years of being made small had changed her, dimmed her, made her forget who she'd been before Seoul, before Hyunwoo, before she'd learned to apologize for existing. Today she was remembering. The dress fit perfectly. The shoes made her legs look endless. The jewelry caught the light. She looked expensive, powerful, like a woman who belonged in penthouses and private cars, like someone worth fighting for. The car was waiting at noon exactly. The driver opened the door without speaking. Olivia slid into the back seat. Seo Ji-hoon was already there. He looked devastating in a charcoal suit. His eyes travelled over her slowly, assessing. Perfect. His voice was approving. You look like you belong beside me. I look like I'm playing dress up. You look like a queen. He handed her a small velvet box. This is yours. She opened it. Inside was a wedding ring. Not just any ring. A platinum band with a diamond so large it looked almost obscene. This is too much. It's exactly enough. He took the ring, slid it onto her finger. The metal was warm from his pocket. You're about to become Mrs. Seo. You need to look the part. What about you? Don't you need a ring? He pulled a matching platinum band from his pocket. I have mine. He slipped it on his own finger. There. Now we match. The registry office was quiet, efficient, sterile. They filled out paperwork, signed documents. A clerk pronounced them married in a voice that suggested she'd done this 1,000 times and would do it 1,000 more. It was nothing like Olivia's first wedding. That had been a massive ceremony, traditional Korean customs she'd barely understood. Hyunwoo's family sparing no expense to show everyone how generous they were being, allowing their son to marry a foreigner. This was just paperwork, just signatures, just two strangers becoming legally bound for reasons that had nothing to do with love. And somehow it felt more honest. When they stepped outside, Seo Ji-hoon turned to her. His expression was unreadable. Congratulations, Mrs. Seo. You're now married to Seoul's most dangerous man. And you're married to Seoul's most notorious failure. Olivia's voice was dry. We make quite a pair. We make a weapon. He opened the car door for her. And in 2 weeks, we're going to show your ex-husband's family exactly what happens when they throw away something precious. The next 2 weeks passed in a strange blur. Seo Ji-hoon was rarely at the penthouse. When he was polite, distant, professional. He'd arrange for meals to be delivered, ask if she needed anything, make sure she had money and freedom to do whatever she wanted. But he never touched her, never lingered, never looked at her with anything except that same calculating assessment. Olivia spent her days exploring Seoul like a tourist, buying clothes with the credit card he'd given her, getting her hair done, her nails, learning how to look like she belonged in his world. At night, she'd stand at the windows and watch the city, wondering what she'd gotten herself into, wondering if revenge would taste as sweet as she hoped. Then the night of the business gala arrived. Olivia stood in front of the mirror, barely recognizing herself. The dress was a masterpiece, deep sapphire blue that made her dark skin absolutely glow. It hugged her curves perfectly, the back cut low, daring, scandalous. Perfect. Seo Ji-hoon walked into the room and stopped dead. For the first time since she'd met him, his composure cracked. His eyes widened. His breath caught. His hand tightened around the glass he was holding. Olivia. He crossed to her slowly. You look breathtaking. She turned to face him. Dangerous. Untouchable. His voice was rough. All of that and more. He circled her slowly. The sapphire brings out the richness in your skin. The cut shows your strength. And that expression, he smiled, that expression says you're about to destroy every person who ever underestimated you. Is that what you see? That's what everyone will see. He stopped in front of her, his hand lifted to her face, hovering, not quite touching. May I? Olivia nodded. She didn't trust her voice. His fingers traced her jaw. Gentle, reverent. You're the most stunning woman I've ever seen. And tonight you're mine. The words sent shivers down her spine. Mine, his voice was possessive. My wife, my partner, my equal. His eyes held hers. Every man in that room will want you. Every woman will envy you. And your ex-husband. His smile turned sharp. Your ex-husband will realize he made the worst mistake of his miserable life. Olivia's heart was racing. This was supposed to be fake. Business. Revenge. So why did his touch feel like fire? Why did his words make her feel seen in a way she'd never felt before? The gala was held in one of Seoul's most exclusive hotels, the kind of place where a single night cost more than most people made in a year. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers and champagne and the cream of Korean society. Seo Ji-hoon's hand rested on the small of Olivia's back as they entered. The touch was light, possessive, protective. Every eye turned to watch them. Olivia heard the whispers immediately. That's Seo Ji-hoon. Who's the woman? I've never seen her before. She's gorgeous. Is she foreign? She must be someone important. Then they reached the heart of the ballroom and Olivia saw them. Hyun-woo and his family. His mother stood in a circle of society wives, holding court. His father spoke with business associates. His sisters clustered together, whispering. And Hyun-woo stood with a woman on his arm. Young, Korean, pretty in a delicate, fragile way. The kind of woman his mother would approve of. The kind of woman who would give him the heirs he wanted. Their eyes met across the room. Olivia watched his face go pale, watched his mouth fall open, watched him stare at her like he was seeing a ghost. Then Seo Ji-hoon pulled her closer. His lips brushed her ear. Breathe, smile, and let them choke on their regret, Olivia smiled. It was radiant, devastating. The smile of a woman who'd risen from ashes. Hyun-woo started toward them. His family followed like predators sensing blood. Olivia's heart pounded, but Seo Ji-hoon's hand was steady on her back, grounding her, reminding her she wasn't alone anymore. Olivia. Hyun-woo's voice was strangled. What are you doing here? I'm attending a business gala with my husband. She gestured to Seo Ji-hoon. You remember Seo Ji-hoon, don't you? Your family's business rival. Hyun-woo's mother had gone white. This is impossible. You just got divorced 2 weeks ago. And I just got married. Olivia's voice was sweet as poison. To a man who actually values me, who sees my worth. who would never throw me away like garbage. Seo Ji-hoon extended his hand to Hyunwoo. It was a power move, deliberate, challenging. Congratulations on your divorce. I have to thank you, actually. If you hadn't been foolish enough to let Olivia go, I never would have had the pleasure of making her my wife. Hyunwoo ignored the hand. His eyes were on Olivia, full of something that looked like regret, like loss. You can't be serious. You married him. He's dangerous, Olivia. Everyone knows what he does. Everyone knows what you did. Olivia's voice was ice. Everyone knows you threw away your wife because she couldn't give you a son. Everyone knows your family is cruel and heartless and values bloodlines more than human beings. So yes, I married him, because he's everything you're not. Real. The word hung in the air like a slap. Hyunwoo's new girlfriend tugged on his sleeve. Oppa, let's go. But Hyunwoo couldn't look away from Olivia. You look different. I am different, Olivia smiled. I'm free. Seo Ji-hoon guided her away before anyone could say more. They walked through the crowd. Olivia felt every eye on them, felt the whispers following, felt the power of her transformation. She wasn't the broken woman who'd been thrown away. She was Mrs. Seo, and that meant something in this world. They reached the balcony. The Seoul skyline spread below, glittering like scattered diamonds. Seo Ji-hoon released her, poured them both champagne. You did brilliantly. I thought I was going to throw up. You were magnificent. He handed her a glass. That look on his face, that was worth everything. Olivia took a long drink. Why does this feel so good? Because revenge always feels good. He leaned against the railing. For a little while. Then it fades. And you realize you're still broken, just in different ways. His honesty surprised her. You sound like you know from experience. I do? His eyes were distant. I've spent years trying to destroy people who hurt me, and all it's done is make me colder, harder, more alone. Then why do this? Why offer to help me? Because maybe helping you will feel different. He looked at her. Maybe giving someone else their revenge will heal something in me that my own revenge never could. They stood in silence. The night air was cool. The city hummed below. Inside, the gala continued. But out here, it was just them. Two broken people pretending to be whole. Olivia. Seo Ji-hoon's voice was soft. Yes? Thank you for doing this. For playing this role. She turned to face him. It doesn't feel like playing anymore. No. His eyes held hers. It doesn't. Then he was kissing her. Olivia didn't know who moved first. Didn't care. His mouth was hot against hers. His hands cupped her face. She melted into him. 8 years. 8 years of cold duty. Of trying to be enough. Of love that was conditional and cruel. This felt different. This felt like choice. Like fire. Like something that could consume them both. Seo Ji-hoon pulled back, breathing hard. His forehead rested against hers. This wasn't part of the plan. I know. But it feels right. It feels dangerous. She opened her eyes. Maybe I like dangerous. Maybe. His thumb brushed her cheek. Maybe we're both playing with fire. Then let's burn. The words were barely out of her mouth before he was kissing her again. Deeper this time. Desperate. Like he'd been holding back and finally couldn't anymore. They didn't go back inside. They left the gala early, drove back to the penthouse in charged silence. When they stepped into the elevator, Seo Ji-hoon pulled her close. His hands were on her waist, his mouth on her neck. Olivia, he breathed against her skin, tell me to stop. I can't. She threaded her fingers through his hair. I don't want you to stop. They barely made it through the penthouse door before clothes started coming off. His jacket, her shoes, his shirt, her dress pooling on the floor. They stumbled toward the bedroom, hands everywhere, mouths desperate, years of loneliness and pain channeling into this moment, into each other. The bedroom door closed behind them, the city lights glowed through the windows, and for the first time in 8 years, Olivia felt alive, felt wanted, felt whole. Seo Ji-hoon's hands traced her curves, his mouth worshipped her skin. When he pulled back to look at her, his eyes were dark with desire. "You're perfect." His voice was rough. "Every part of you is perfect. I'm not. You are to me." He kissed her again. "And anyone who made you feel less than perfect is a fool." Their coming together was slow, intense, reverent. He took his time learning her, tasting her, making her feel things she'd never felt before. When they finally moved as one, Olivia forgot about revenge, forgot about Hyunwoo, forgot about everything except this, the heat between them, the way he looked at her like she was precious, the way her body responded to his touch. They moved together, built towards something explosive. When release came, it shattered them both. Olivia cried out. Seo Ji-hoon's arms tightened around her. They collapsed together, breathing hard, hearts racing, the world slowly reassembling itself around them. Seo Ji-hoon pulled her close. His hand stroked her back. Olivia buried her face in his neck. "This changed everything," she whispered. "I know." His voice was quiet. "Is that okay?" She lifted her head, looked into his eyes, saw vulnerability there. Something real beneath all the dangerous beauty. "Yes," she kissed him softly. "It's okay." They fell asleep, tangled together, the city lights painting patterns on their skin. Two broken people who'd found something unexpected, something precious, something that might heal them both. Morning came soft and golden. Olivia woke wrapped in expensive sheets in Seo Ji-hoon's arms. He was already awake, watching her. "Good morning." His voice was rough with sleep. "Morning." She stretched. Her body ached in the best way. "Last night was—" He paused. "A mistake." Olivia's heart dropped. "Oh, but the kind of mistake I want to make again." His smile was devastating. And again until neither of us can think straight." She laughed, relief flooding through her. "You scared me." "Good." He pulled her closer. "You should be scared. I'm dangerous, remember?" "You're also the man who made me feel wanted for the first time in 8 years." His expression softened. "You are wanted, Olivia. So wanted it's driving me insane." They stayed in bed for hours, talking, touching, learning each other in ways that had nothing to do with revenge or business or fake marriages. He told her about his childhood, about growing up in violence, about building his empire from nothing, about the enemies who wanted him destroyed. She told her about growing up in Brooklyn, about her Nigerian parents' expectations, about coming to Korea full of dreams, about how slowly those dreams had died under Hyunwoo's cruelty. "We're both survivors," she said quietly. "Yes." He kissed her forehead. "And maybe that's why this works. Because we understand each other. Because we don't need fixing, just understanding." "Exactly." A knock on the door interrupted them. Seo Ji-hoon cursed in Korean. "What?" His assistant's voice came through the door. "Boss, you need to see the news. Now." They dressed quickly, rushed to the living room. The television was already on. The headlines made Olivia's blood run cold. Breaking: Seo Ji-hoon marries, ex-wife of business rival. Below was a photo from last night. Seo Ji-hoon and Olivia on the balcony, kissing. Someone had taken it through the glass. Someone had sold them out. The story was everywhere. Every news site, every gossip blog, every society page. Olivia's face plastered beside Seo Ji-hoon's. Her name, her divorce, her new marriage. Everything exposed. "I'm so sorry." Seo Ji-hoon's voice was tight with rage. "I'll find out who did this, I'll destroy them." Olivia stared at the screen, at her own face, at the headlines calling her a gold digger, an opportunist, a foreigner who'd seduced Seoul's most dangerous man. Then she started laughing. Seo Ji-hoon stared at her. "You're laughing? Don't you see?" She turned to him, her eyes bright. This is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. To make them see, to make them regret. Well, now everyone in Seoul knows. Knows I didn't disappear. Knows I didn't break. Knows I found someone better. He studied her face. You're not upset. I'm furious. She was, but also exhilarated. But I'm not backing down. I'm not hiding. If they want to make me infamous, fine. I'll be infamous. I'll be the woman who rose from ashes, who married up, who won. His smile was slow, predatory. That's my girl. I'm not your girl. She walked to him, ran her hands up his chest. I'm your wife. And the distinction matters. Wife. He caught her hands, kissed them. What do we do now? Now? Olivia looked back at the television, at the story that was destroying her reputation and building her legend at the same time. Now we give them something to really talk about. Over the next week, Olivia and Seo Ji-hoon became Seoul's most talked-about couple. Every appearance was calculated. Every photo opportunity strategic. They attended restaurant openings, gallery exhibitions, charity events. Always together, always touching, always looking at each other like the world might end tomorrow. The whispers followed them everywhere. Did you hear? She was thrown out with nothing. Now look at her. Those diamonds are real. I heard Seo Ji-hoon is obsessed with her. They say he turned down 4 business deals to take her to Jeju. Hyunwoo's family was silent publicly, but Olivia's phone kept buzzing. Messages from Hyunwoo, from his mother, from his sisters, all saying different versions of the same thing. You're embarrassing yourself. You're making a spectacle. Come back. We can talk. Olivia deleted every message without reading past the first line. She was done with that family. Done with their cruelty disguised as concern. But privately, in the quiet moments, doubt crept in. She was lying in Seo Ji-hoon's bed one night, his arm around her when she finally voiced it. What happens when they stop caring? When the scandal dies down? When we're not useful to each other anymore? He was quiet for so long she thought he'd fallen asleep. Then his arm tightened around her. What if I told you I don't care about the scandal anymore? What if I told you this stopped being fake the moment I kissed you? Olivia's heart stuttered. What are you saying? I'm saying I want this to be real. His voice was rough. I want you. Not as a weapon, not as revenge, just as you, Olivia. Messy and broken and perfect. I want you to be my wife in every way that matters. She turned in his arms, looked into his eyes, saw the truth there, the vulnerability. Ji-hoon, I'm scared. Of what? Of this feeling the same way my first marriage felt, of losing myself again, of becoming someone's possession instead of someone's partner. You could never be anyone's possession. He cupped her face. You're too strong for that, too fierce. And I don't want to own you, Olivia. I want to stand beside you, equal partners. Everything. Then show me. She leaned into his touch. Show me this is different. Show me I can trust this. I will. He kissed her softly. Every day for the rest of our lives. I'll show you. The morning brought chaos. Olivia woke to her phone exploding with notifications. Seo Ji-hoon was already in the living room, his face carved from stone, watching the news. What happened? She moved to his side. He pointed at the screen. Hyunwoo's family had given an interview. His mother sat in their Gangnam mansion looking elegant and wounded, telling reporters about Olivia, about how she'd been a gold digger from the start, how she'd trapped Hyunwoo with false promises, how she'd stolen from the family before she left. All lies, all vicious, calculated lies designed to destroy Olivia's reputation completely. They're saying I took jewelry, money, that I forged checks. Olivia's voice was shaking. None of that is true. I know. Seo Ji-hoon's jaw was tight. And I'm going to make them pay for every word. How? She turned to him. How do you fight this? They're one of the most respected families in Seoul. People will believe them. Not when we're done. He pulled out his phone, made a call, spoke rapid Korean that Olivia could barely follow. When he hung up, his expression was dangerous. I have lawyers drafting defamation suits. I have investigators pulling every piece of dirt on the Park family. And I have connections in every major news outlet in Seoul. By tonight, the truth will be out. What truth? That Hyun-woo's father embezzled from his own company. That his mother has been having an affair with her husband's business partner for 6 years. That Hyun-woo himself has a gambling problem that's cost the family over 3 billion won. His smile was sharp. The truth that the Park family is rotten to the core. And I have proof of all of it. Olivia stared at him. You've been investigating them this whole time. Since the moment I decided to marry you. He walked to her, took her hands. I told you, Olivia. I protect what's mine, and you're mine now. Every part of you, your reputation, your dignity, your future. No one gets to destroy that. Not even Seoul's most respected family. But this will start a war. Good. His eyes were fierce. Let them try to fight me. Let them see what happens when they underestimate us. We're stronger together than they could ever imagine. The war came fast and brutal. By noon, Seo Ji-hoon's team had released the evidence. Financial records, hotel receipts, gambling debts, photos that destroyed carefully maintained reputations. The internet exploded. The Park family went from respected to reviled in hours. Hyun-woo's father resigned from his company. His mother stopped appearing in public. His sisters deleted their social media accounts. And Hyun-woo himself. Olivia saw him on the news looking hollow and destroyed, reading a prepared statement about taking responsibility for his family's actions. She should have felt satisfaction, should have felt vindicated. Instead, she just felt empty. Watching him crumble didn't heal the wounds he'd left. It just reminded her how much time she'd wasted loving someone who never deserved it. Seo Ji-hoon found her standing at the windows staring out at Seoul. Are you okay? I thought revenge would feel better. Her voice was quiet. It just feels sad. Revenge always does. He moved beside her. That's why I tried to warn you. It doesn't fix what's broken. It just breaks other things. Then why did we do this? Because sometimes you have to break things before you can rebuild. He turned her to face him. The Park family needed to fall, not for us, but because they were hurting people, using power to crush anyone they deemed beneath them. We didn't just get revenge, Olivia. We got justice. She leaned into him. When did you become so wise? I didn't. His arms came around her. I'm just good at pretending. She laughed despite everything. They stood there holding each other while outside the city buzzed with scandal and destruction, two people who'd started this as a game and ended up finding something real. 5 months later, Olivia stood in a doctor's office, staring at test results that changed everything. The doctor smiled. Congratulations, Mrs. Seo. You're pregnant. Olivia's world tilted. That's impossible. I can't. I've tried for 8 years. Sometimes stress can affect fertility. The doctor looked at her file. When the stress is removed, the body responds. You're about 7 weeks along. Everything looks healthy. Olivia walked out in a daze. She drove back to the penthouse on autopilot. Her mind was spinning. Pregnant. She was pregnant. After 8 years of trying. 8 years of treatments and hope and devastation. 8 years of being told she was broken. And now? Now with Seo Ji-hoon. Now when she wasn't even trying. The irony was almost too much. She found him in his office reviewing contracts. He looked up when she entered. His smile faded when he saw her face. What's wrong? I'm pregnant. The words fell between them like stones. Seo Ji-hoon went very still. What? I'm pregnant. 7 weeks. Olivia's voice was shaking. I thought I couldn't. 8 years of trying with Hyunwoo and nothing. And now, his chair rolled back. He stood, crossed to her. Olivia. She burst into tears. I don't know if this is good or bad. I don't know if you want this. I don't know if I want this. This wasn't part of our plan. This was supposed to be fake and now it's real and I'm so scared. Shh. He pulled her close. His hand stroked her back. Breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry. I don't know why this happened. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. His voice was fierce. Don't you dare apologize for this. He pulled back, cupped her face, made her look at him. Do you know what I think? I think your body knew it was finally safe, finally loved, finally home. I think you weren't broken. You were just with the wrong person. And now you're with the right one. You want this? She searched his eyes. The next months were a blur of doctor's appointments and morning sickness, and Seo Ji-hoon becoming impossibly protective. He insisted she stop working, stop doing anything remotely stressful. She was barely showing, but he treated her like she was made of glass. I'm pregnant, not dying, she complained one morning when he tried to carry her to the couch. You're precious. His jaw was set. Both of you are precious. I'm not taking chances. You're being ridiculous. I'm being careful. He settled her on the couch, propped pillows around her. There. Comfortable? Ji-hoon. She grabbed his hand. I love you. But if you don't let me walk on my own, I'm going to lose my mind. He sat beside her. His hand went to her stomach. Their baby was the size of an avocado now, small and perfect. And theirs. I'm scared. His confession was quiet. What if something happens? What if I can't protect you? What if... Olivia pressed her finger to his lips. Nothing's going to happen. We're fine. I'm healthy. The baby's healthy. You can't control everything. I can try, she laughed. That's what I love about you. And also what drives me crazy. Good, he kissed her. I want to drive you crazy. Want to make you as insane as you make me. At 6 months, Olivia's pregnancy became public knowledge. The media went wild. Headlines everywhere. Seo Ji-hoon's wife expecting. Will the baby heal the scandal? Is this a publicity stunt? Olivia ignored most of it, but one headline made her pause. Park Hyunwoo's statement on his ex-wife's pregnancy. She shouldn't have opened it, shouldn't have read it. But she did. Hyunwoo's statement was brief. I'm happy for Olivia. I hope she finds the family she always wanted. I regret how our marriage ended. She deserved better than what I gave her. It wasn't an apology, but it was close. Jessica showed it to Seo Ji-hoon that night. He read it, his expression unreadable. Does it matter what he thinks? No. She took the phone back. It doesn't. You're my present, my future. He's just the past. And the past can't hurt me anymore. Good. He pulled her into his arms. Because I'm done fighting ghosts. I'm ready to focus on this. On us. On our family. Olivia rested her head on his chest. Felt their baby kick. Felt the steady beat of his heart. Me too.